Peace. Dang. Right now, now is the vibe rate, the rate at which we're vibing. We're not going too far in the future. We're not going too far in the past. Right now. So I gotta do this intro for y'all like kindergartners. I'm just playing. I'm bullcon because I had to laugh at myself because my intro helped me because I'm about to quit it. I was like, is it getting a little too corny? Like always starting off like happy now. Like, nah, though it serves its purpose. So happy now. Want to speak on a few crystals. Matter of fact, this may turn into a crystal repertoire video, but most importantly, though, I want to talk on a few crystals to deal with attracting abundance, but more of attracting abundance and more of attracting like desires, like things from your heart, like your soul purpose, instead of just actual physical money and physical manifestations in general. This is about getting closer to your true soul purpose, like on all levels, physical, spiritual, just attracting that to you. And it's gonna be 4 crystals where I would suggest, and this me, my own working with these crystals, I saw a difference. But rose quartz, of course, rose quartz good for the heart chakra, of course, but that unconditional love, feeling in love on all levels, which I get into them. Got peridot or peridot, olivine, because that color like a little olive color. But you don't find peridot that big. Matter of fact, because I paid a nice little, like, you normally find peridot pieces not that thick, like around, like it's a nice little piece. They normally be like, very, very small. Matter of fact, like this little piece of pyrite I got, like, that'll normally be that size, even smaller. This is kind of would be like a big piece of peridot too. But peridot, rose quartz, magnetite or lodestone. I know it's kind of hard for focus. Magnetite, lodestone, which it has a magnetic, a natural magnetic charge to it, and it deals with pulling manifestations in. Because another thing too, we dealing with, and I made a video a while back about we moving into manifesting things on a divine feminine level, and feminine energy is magnetic, like the moon, all that energy. Feminine energy is bringing it inward. That's why females, have to be a little more careful with sexual partners in that sense, because their energy is, a little more magnetic than male energies. Males are giving off more than they're taking in, but females' energies are more magnetic. Males electromagnetic beings. But yeah, definitely the lodestone is for magnetically attracting and manifesting things on the level of bringing it to you, instead of having to, like, "Oh, I gotta do this and go do that." Nah, it's more of bringing it to you. That's another thing with these crystals, and especially with the lodestone within in the combination, is about bringing manifestations to you, and not like having to, how can I say, strengthen your intuition to go chase it down, in essence. And even when you strengthen your intuition, you're not necessarily chasing it down. I'm just saying it like that for lack of a better phrase. But also, and then lastly, moldavite. you know so if you're really trying to get things manifested on your heart soul desire, like your soul purpose, trying to amplify synchronicity, you're trying to track your twin flame soul mate, you're trying to attract the ideas of what's gonna be fruitful actions, like you pulling in things and ideas to manifest those things also. It's like pulling in, energy on all levels, and bringing it to you. But I feel like this is one of the best combinations for bringing to you your heart, soul desires. So again, that's Moldavite, Lodestone, Peridot, and Rose Quartz. Now, one of the reasons is because, in essence, all of them deal with the heart chakra in some way, form, or fashion. So that's one. And then two, like Peridot and Lodestone, it resonates with two of the lower chakras or physical chakras. So, in order to have things, of course you putting the thoughts and ideas out there, but it has to come in the physical. So with you dealing with that energy, you have to have some physical energy, dealing with it within yourself. So in essence, like say for instance, if I'm dealing with crystals that's amethyst and quartz and all this, and they high vibrational crystals. Of course, now you can manifest things from dealing, being super high vibrational, but it's in a manner where it's not fully grounding and not fully bringing down things, like it is up there and you visualizing it, but then you're not matching the vibration on a physical level to bring it in, if that makes sense. Like you're dealing with the high vibrational zones, you visualizing and this and that, but you're so high vibrational, you're not even vibrating, you know what I'm saying, in essence, on the frequency of what you're visualizing, because say for instance, when you're vibrating high, you're not even into the material world to worry about manifesting things, so even though you have the skill set and the ability, like, all right, my pineal open, I'm with my crown chakra, I'm in my high chakras, but then those physical desires are lowered. So, your subconscious don't have no urge to really want to manifest these things you're thinking about because you're too much in your high chakra. So that's a key thing to remember. Like, well, of course, you want to strengthen your pineal gland, things of this nature, but things manifest through working with your lower chakras, that sacral chakra, the solar plexus, the root chakra, that's the creation, that's the physical creation chakras, you know what I'm saying? What sexual energy does the sacral chakra? Creativity or fertility, but it's creating, you know what I'm saying? Sexual organs manifest other human beings, you know what I'm saying? And the sacral chakra helps to manifest ideas and thoughts, you know what I'm saying? Same thing with solar plexus. Also, like giving you that confidence to manifest those things. But Lodestone deals with the root chakra. So that's the courage, that fearlessness with taking care of the task that you feel inspired to take care of. Because again, if you are taking action, or if you're one of those people, we all different. Some of us feel like we not, like as a Capricorn, you almost feel like you're not living if you're not working 24/7. So it varies for all of us. But I know for sure, Lodestone is great for for the root chakra and dealing with the physical nature. So this is basically bringing in, and Lodestone also deals with bringing in love too. So again, heart chakra and root chakra. It's kind of like a matter of fact, Bloodstone have that combination too, somewhat, where it's dealing with the heart and the root. You know, so it's being courageous, moving forward courageously and passionately about what you love. So that's the connection. And bringing what you love into the physical, into physical existence. And also, Lodestone is good for attracting that twin flame or that the soulmate. Because matter of fact, Lodestone traditionally, other than attracting abundance, is mostly known as like a love stone. Like when you see it in the botanicas and stuff like this, you you'll see they sell it as like something to attract love. You're trying to get the woman or man you want and this and that, use Lodestone. But that's one of the main things. But for sure, we're just attracting and pulling in all your desires. Like what you would do is like hold these four crystals and envision all the things that you're trying to manifest. Not trying, we don't use that word. Visualize all the things that you are wanting to manifest and that you are manifesting. And you just hold these in the hands and you visual. Matter of fact, visualize your torus field. You know that big donut, little apple looking thing, like look like a little funnel on a tornado coming through the top of you, funneling through the body, and then a little upside down tornado leaving out the bottom of the feet. At the bottom of at the bottom of the feet. I say at the bottom of the foot. But you envision like it was funny like in a dream where envision like the people, places, things coming into your vortex, like into that little whirlpool, like just envision all of that magnetically being pulled to you. And I mean, and even down to a joking nature, like visualizations are that real as far as like, you could visualize yourself being a magnet for real and then visualize like say for instance like real items like coming and getting stuck to you like from afar, like like your soulmate, like oh, and then a big yacht, oh, then your house, you know what I'm saying? Like envision these things being, pulled towards you physically. And that's where again where the pineal gland is so important. Because if you're full of Ritalin and you've been incarcerated and just been, oppressed and, just pineal gland calcified, all this, then the last thing you're doing, well, for one, you're lacking the ability to visualize, but then and with lacking that ability to visualize, you're also lacking the drive to even want to, push yourself to visualize. So when we got, these brethren and sisters, in these positions where, where they feel like they can't get out this and that, a lot has to do with, with the pineal gland being calcified. And that's why, the government and other people in certain places like to, they aim for that pineal gland. And that's why and I realize how important it is when people come to me like not believing in crystals or like finding it hard, excuse me, to like visualize or do things of that nature. I'm like, it's because your pineal calcified, and then the pineal gland almost in essence kind of not say controls your faith in essence, but it how can I say the strength of your pineal gland kind of allows for your subconscious to have a certain level of faith. Because if you closed off, then you just your subconscious won't allow you in essence to have that faith that there's more, because they really can't feel it or see it. Now of course you got your guys with you where if it's meant they sitting there still trying to give you the message to like fight through, but you know I know I went off on a whole different thing, but you know how I do. But definitely the lodestone for, attracting what you love. And the rose quartz, because rose quartz deals with love on all levels, from love and relationships, from your family, friends, co-workers, business partners, whatever the situation may be, rose quartz. And rose quartz make you feel good and take away negativity. So say for instance, another thing while you visualizing these things and while you in this mode of wanting to attract things, you want to keep negative thoughts and negative ideas from popping up. Now, of course, you want to meditate and make sure you clear your body and mind in that essence, getting those lower vibrations out in that manner. But say for instance, just in case some of them still kind of, how some of them lower vibrational thoughts might slip through the crack and they still, floating in within you. Rose quartz, when you visualizing this, so say for instance, when you visualizing that big house that you want, that rose quartz keeping that negativity down that possibly would be pessimistic, and be like, that would try to say like you can't attain that, this and that. But again, that has to do with your own subconscious, in working on manifesting things on a level to make your subconscious believe that you can manifest things on a higher level. But rose quartz definitely help to keep negative. Matter of fact, it transmutes negativity into love. So so while you're visualizing, and matter of fact, and don't forget too, a good thing with dealing with these crystals and your visualizations is another important factor, holding these crystals by your heart while you in visualizing. Because another thing that does too, while my hands right here, now I'm starting to release oxytocin. Go look up oxytocin. It is like a hormone, that's released like when we hug or put our hands in our heart area, and it gives us, well-being, that loving feeling. That's why we love to, a lot of us hug and, do things of that nature, because that's a release of oxytocin. So, that's another important thing when you're doing these visualizations, trying to bring these things to you. Now, next, peridot, which peridot is great. It deals with the solar plexus in the heart. So you're going to be confident, in moving forward with your soul purpose and attaining your soul purpose. And also it's going to give you that vibrant chi energy, with that heart's passion and desire. Because another thing too, why, not say why all, but I was gonna say all lower chakras, but why the lower chakras, but especially the solar plexus, is important to manifestation. Because what all the anime, whether it's anime, if you don't watch anime cartoons, but like all of them have in common where their magic powers depend on how much chi energy, that they keep in, in the body. We store chi energy in the Dantian chakra, but having that strong high level of chi energy, that's why tiger's eye is a great stone for manifestation. Also, our solar plexus stones in general are great for manifestation, because they are amplifying your chi energy. If you got the, how can I say, the fuel for your magical powers, then you could use it. If you don't have no fuel for your magical powers, then you can't do no magic. You know what I'm saying? That's another reason why on these cartoons, when they would be draining this energy from people, they kind of like, or can't do magic, or they're like, oh, like, and you seen it, from matter of fact, I seen it on fairy tales where somebody had to do a big powerful move and they asked for everybody to give them like a little life force, down to one of the, if you're familiar with Dragon Ball Z, one of the longest episodes probably ever. And like when I say episodes, it was probably like 6 episodes to do one thing. And that's when Goku was doing the spirit bomb. And basically the spirit bomb was basically taking the life force energy from every single thing in the universe. You know what I'm saying? On the cartoon, that's what he was doing it to put it into the move to kill Frieza. But that's the same thing, you know what I'm saying? It's to do your magic, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have that solar plexus full of chi, or that Dantian chakra stored with chi energy. The Dantian is right over the sacral chakra though. It's not over the solar plexus, but the solar plexus in essence deals with it's that solar center for the chi energy in essence, kind of like our internal sun. But peridot is definitely good for, for giving you that confidence and self-esteem with knowing that you can manifest your heart soul desires. So that's a great thing as well. And then, of course, the Moldavite, because the Moldavite also deals with the heart chakra, but is also connecting you to, higher dimensions, higher vibrations. So what does that mean? That means you're gonna be moving through your tasks and just moving through things with a certain flow of knowing that you are connected, with knowing that you have the synchronicity, knowing that you got help coming from your higher self and other beings. That Moldavite lets you know that you're more than just a human being, and that you don't have to quote unquote struggle, and you're not just a physical being, and it's not just about hard work, this and that. Like, Moldavite allows for you to to have that synchronicity and see that magic. Like I tell anybody, like Moldavite is one of the things that really push me far. Why you see me in front of this camera today, part, of course, is divine divine order. But this Moldavite has a lot to do with me, just jumping up and saying, all right, YouTube channel, jewelry, this and that. Matter of fact, it was funny, I had business cards then, even though I don't believe in them, but I like when I was, because too, you hitting the road, I'm hitting the ground running on what I know. And from when I was first early on my spiritual growth, you feel like you have to have certain physical things to manifest things. And then as I grew, I realized, well, no, like to feel that I need a business card for my business to grow, that's a perceptional hindrance, now, because the only thing that could stop you is you. And the only thing that, hinders your abilities is yourself. So if you feel like you need a business card for your business to grow, then guess what? You just manifested when you said that and when you thought that, then now you need business cards for your business to grow. I don't. And it's obvious. Like I got 9,000, 8,000 subscribers in the month, which is growing. But I got 8,000 subscribers, and did I hand a a business card out to each one of those individuals? No, I got people buying my jewelry from all over, the world. Did I hand out business cards to all those individuals? No. It's your own in the power, but we work it how that we individually different. Some person might feel like, yeah, I know I got the power, but I work better with business. Each his own, you know what I'm saying? Like different strokes for different folks. But this definitely the Moldavite. You definitely want to get a piece of Moldavite if you're ready to grow too. Cause honestly, I'm a disclaimer: don't get a piece of Moldavite if you kind of feel that you're not really ready to grow. Like Moldavite is for people that's like, I'm done with all the past, everything like that didn't work and none of that, man. I'm ready for my sole purpose. I'm ready for a new life, and I'm willing to try whatever it is new to get there. Then Moldavite is more for you. Because the reason why I'm saying this, because Moldavite will make a person extremely uncomfortable if they're not ready to grow, and they're wondering like, damn, like this Moldavite strong, or it's making me feel some kind of way. What's happening is like telling you get up and go do this, get up and go do that, and then your ego like, ooh, move too slow, and we lower vibrator. Like, wait, hold on, you can't come in here. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you'll get that like a motivator make you uncomfortable, but it's more of making your ego uncomfortable because your ego feeling like, what is high vibrational motivation to follow a soul purpose come from? Like, where does energy come from? But definitely, matter of fact, it increases synchronicity on the high level. Like it's gonna attract like all the, no matter whatever it is you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Like basically like it brings the potluck to you. And I use this terminology. Matter of fact, me and the brethren Crockett was talking the other day, and he spoke on how like life in general, like how he had a basketball coach that talked about how sports is like a potluck, but life also is like, well, we all got unique dishes. Like I bring the herb, you bring the cigars, you bring the chips, I bring the dip. You know what I'm saying? Like we all bringing different things, like a big potluck, and Moldavite attracts that potluck. So whatever you're dealing with, like if you deal with crystals, then you're gonna attract somebody who deals with beads. You're gonna attract somebody who builds websites for stores. You're gonna run into somebody who started their own store and who could give you advice. Like that. So think about that, like that combination: the Moldavite, peridot, lodestone, and rose quartz. So you're attracting strongly all your heart soul desires, because it starts from the heart. You use our pineal gland is important as a tool, but it is not like like what it's not the true intelligence that is running everything in essence, and it's not the intelligence that you want to run everything. It's from the heart, which I gotta do a video on that, because with his Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, with the blue brethren that got the little arrow where you whistle and the arrow go, everything is like, like the arrow follows my heart, not my head, you know what I'm saying? In which all these movies esoterically and occult, like trying to give you, dropping game to you low key, you know what I'm saying? Like letting you know, like, hey, it's about my heart. But we're giving propaganda at the same time. But again, I don't want to get into that. I gotta do a video on that. But rose quartz, peridot, lodestone or magnetite, and moldavite. Those are the four crystals you want to deal with. Because another thing too, like some of us, we early in them stages, especially if you come from a impoverished place where, we've been taught to look at rich people as snobs and being rich is bad and this and that, you know what I'm saying? When you coming fresh from those stages, it's kind of hard to manifest money by focusing on the money because you still got that mind frame of feeling like you're greedy because you're focusing on the money, which you're not. But again, subconscious programming. That's why stuff is important. But when you're in those early stages, it's hard for you to just envision money on that level because it'll probably make you feel uncomfortable. So if you're trying to attract abundance, and prosperity, you could also use these stones on that level where you don't even have to really you know, just focus. Cause say for instance, your heart soul desire is to make sure you have food every day. Your heart, soul, and desires to make sure you want to share some of your abundance with your family. So with all this being said, this is attracting what your heart, soul desires and indirectly bringing you money in abundance and revenue through that way. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, you're not sitting there and having to focus on it if that makes you feel uncomfortable. You could just say like, well, I want to manifest this, and indirectly it'll bring the money, because you're truly passionate at manifest. But it all depends, too, because some things could manifest without money. You know what I'm saying? Like say for instance, you want a certain house or something like that. It could either come to you, but it's all what's in your subconscious. Because if subconscious you're like, I don't want the money and the house, or subconscious you're like, bro, I just want the house. You know what I'm saying? Then somebody will just basically like you end up coming across somebody where you inherited a house and it's fully paid for, you never have to pay again, or you inherit it, or you get a lot of money and you could buy your house, however it come. But again, these four stones is great for attracting, heart, soul, desires, you know what I'm saying, what you really love and want to manifest in life. And extra thing to add into that would be quartz. Quartz amplifies the vibration of other crystals. As a matter of fact, you get your manifestation quartz, which is like a quartz. Manifestation quartz, in most cases, is like a phantom quartz. It has another piece of quartz. You can see like another quartz point growing inside of it. But that is great for for manifestation, and quartz in general for amplifying the strength of the other crystals. So definitely keep that in mind. But especially double terminated quartz, like a Herkimer diamond, or just a regular laser wand. However, but peace, happy now. Now is the vibrate. Not going too far in the future. Not going too far in the past. Right now.